Then Dr. Pasquano came forward. "How did I die?" Montalbano asked him. Pasquano flew off the handle. "What? Still giving me grief, even in death? Just wait for the post-mortem results." "But can't you just give me a rough summary?" "It looks like a sudden massive stroke, but there are a few things that don't—" "Oh, no, you don't," the Commissioner broke in. "Inspector Montalbano can't investigate his own death." "Why not? It wouldn't be right. He's too personally involved. Anyway, the law makes no allowance for that sort of thing. I'm sorry. The case will be assigned to the new captain of the flying squad." At this point, Montalbano got worried and took Mimi aside. "When is Livia coming?" Mimi seemed uneasy. "Well, she said—" "She said what?" Mimi stared at his shoes. "She said she didn't know." "Didn't know what?" "Whether she could make it to the funeral." He stormed out of the room, enraged, and ran into the courtyard, which was crowded with funeral wreaths and a waiting hearse. He pulled out his mobile phone. "Hello, Livia. Salvo here." "Hi, how are you? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean—" "What's this about you not knowing if you can make it to—" "Salvo, listen. If you had lived, I would have done everything in my power to stay with you. I might even have married you. After wasting my life chasing after you, what else could I do? But now that I'm suddenly faced with this unique opportunity, you must understand—" He turned the phone off and went back inside. He noticed they'd put the lid back on the coffin and the cortege was starting to move. "Are you coming?" Bonetti Alderighi asked him. "Yes, I suppose so," he replied. But as soon as they got to the courtyard, one of the pallbearers fell, and the coffin crashed to the ground with a bang that woke him up. After that, he'd been unable to fall asleep again, besieged by unanswered questions. One, above all, hammered away at him. What did Livia mean when she said she wanted to take advantage of the opportunity? Quite simply, it meant that his death represented a sort of liberation for her. The follow-up question could only be, how much truth was there in a dream? In this particular case, even a tiny grain of truth was too much. Because it was true that Livia had had more than her fill. In fact, she'd had enough to fill a whole boatload of shipping containers. But how was it possible that his conscience only showed up in dreams, ruining his sleep? All the same, he thought, the fact that Livia had no intention of coming down to Sicily for his funeral was not right, whatever her reasons might be. In fact, it was downright mean. When he got into the car to go to the station, he noticed that the sea had come almost all the way up to the house and was less than a couple of feet from the parking area. He'd never seen the water come up this far. The beach was gone. It was all one great expanse of water. It took him a good 15 minutes and a couple of hundred curses before the car's engine decided to do what it was supposed to do, and this naturally only aggravated the state of his nervous system, which was already on the ropes from the nasty weather conditions. He'd gone barely 50 yards when he had to stop. There was a line of traffic extending as far as the eye could see, or rather as far as the windscreen wipers, which couldn't quite manage to wipe away the pouring rain, allowed the eye to see. The column of traffic was made up entirely of cars headed towards Vigàta. In the opposite lane, there wasn't so much as a moped. After about 10 minutes of this, he decided to pull out of the jam, turn back, and at the junction with the Montereale road, take another route into town. It was longer, but it would at least get him to his destination. But he was unable to budge, as the nose of his car was wedged right into the back of the car in front of him, and the car behind him had done the same to him. It was hopeless. He had to stay put. He was trapped, sandwiched. And the worst of it was that he had no idea what the hell had happened to create this situation. After another 20 minutes or so, he lost patience, opened the car door, and got out. In the twinkling of an eye, he was soaked straight down to his underpants. He started running towards the front of the line of cars, and soon came to the point of obstruction, the cause of which was immediately obvious. The sea had washed the road away. Completely. Both lanes were gone. In their place was a chasm, at the bottom of which